Hello, this is Frank Mealy from HeartlandDiaryUSA.com, bringing you news every conservative can use. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay up to date. So, today, Michael Baden, the famed forensic pathologist, went on Fox and Friends to say that he thought that the death of Jeffrey Epstein, the famous pimp to the stars, had occurred as a result of homicide rather than suicide, as officially ruled by the medical examiner, New York City. You'll really be interested in this. Please pay attention to the wording that Baden uses. I think that he gets backwards suicide and homicide. He says that the case was originally ruled a suicide and then it was changed to homicide. I believe he got that backwards, but other than that, everything in this points to a suspicious occurrence in the way this death has been reported. Please watch.
Nearly 3 months since the death of American financier and alleged sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, his death ruled a suicide here in New York back in August.
Our next guest was tapped by Epstein's team to observe the autopsy and is here to reveal the findings from his investigation.
All right, joining us right now, former New York City medical examiner, Dr. Michael Baden. He's a forensic pathologist, Fox News contributor, and joins us right now for an exclusive interview. Dr. Baden, thanks for being here.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
When did you realize that the Epstein family needed help?
Well, I was asked by the brother, the next of kin, to be at the autopsy. And at the autopsy on day one, there were findings that were unusual for suicidal hanging and more consistent with ligature homicidal strangulation, which included...
And it was suggested at the time that he committed suicide by doing what?
By hanging. At the time he was found allegedly hanging by a homemade ligature of sheets.
Are you saying you don't think it was suicide?
I think that the evidence points toward homicide rather than suicide.
Why?
Because there are multiple 3 fractures in the hyoid bone, the thyroid cartilage, that are very unusual for suicide and more indicative of strangulation, homicidal strangulation.
Let's take a look at what the medical examiner stated. After careful review of all the investigative information, including complete autopsy findings, the determination on the death of Epstein is below. Cause, hanging, manner, suicide. You say that his fatal injuries are consistent with homicide?
More consistent with homicide. And in fact, at the time of the autopsy, the doctor doing the autopsy didn't think there was enough information to say suicide, so she put it pending further study. And then for some reason, and they want to know, the family wants to know, why was it changed from pending further study to homicide afterwards?
So if you're there watching them perform this autopsy, you notice these 3 broken bones, and you believe it would be homicide. So that would mean another person would have gone into his cell, strangled him. Did he have any signs of trying to fight back?
Well, they took fingernail clippings to see if there's anybody else's DNA on it, and that hasn't been released. Neither has the information about whose DNA is on the ligature. A ligature was made out of torn strips of orange sheets, and whoever made it had to have a lot of DNA on it, and the brother's been asking that from day one.
So wait a second. So you're saying that whoever made it has to have a lot of DNA on it, and there was?
No, we don't even know who was examined.
Could they? Right. So you're saying when you left the examination room, they weren't sure what happened.
That's right.
So what? You know this procedure. What happened in the interim to get this such a blunt conclusion?
Well, a week later, it was changed to homicide. The brother wants to know, what did they get new in that week to make it homicide?
What's your answer to that?
We don't know. We don't know. It's 80 days now.
Right.
And the brother feels he's getting a runaround. And to add to it, there was a total breakdown in security. The video cameras didn't work. The guards went to sleep.
What about that guy who was in the cell with him earlier, where it was suggested that guy tried to kill him?
Well, he had a new roommate now because of a suicide watch, a different roommate. But that roommate was pulled away the day or 2 before, so that there was no roommate with him, no suicide watch, no security guards, no videotapes that were working. Was the FBI able to get some information from the video?
I know that you were hired back in the